Hello once again, and thanks for staying with us into the second hour of the agenda this Sunday morning. I'm Desiree Chalke. An 8-year-old girl has drowned in a river in QwaQwa in the Free State. The deceased and her 10-year-old brother were fetching water at the river when the tragedy happened. QwaQwa and surrounding areas have been battling with chronic water shortages for years. Free State Police spokesperson Motantsi Makhele says an inquest has been opened for further investigation. Meanwhile, Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi will visit the family of the 13-year-old Keamohetswe Shaun Seboko in Eldorado Park, south of Johannesburg today. The grade 7 learner from Lesufi in Johannesburg was found dead in the hostel swimming pool on Wednesday afternoon. The Education Department says that learners at school will continue to receive counseling tomorrow. Komane has that story.
A devastating phone call for any parent. Tiny Seboko recalls how school authorities broke the news of her son's death.
They just said he drowned, and I asked, wasn't there anybody there taking care of kids drowning? Kids swimming. They said there was a caretaker by the pool taking care of the kids, which I don't understand, because I would think there's supposed to be a swimming instructor or a lifeguard. And apparently there were 60 kids in the pool. How does one child drown without anyone seeing anything?
For Seboko, the news was confusing. The family knows Keamohetswe to be a capable swimmer.
From the age of 5, he's been swimming, so there's no way that he could have drowned. And the bruises that he had, how does somebody have bruises on his lip, neck and back of on his back, and then he drowned? So his underwear was off. If somebody drowns, how do you lose underpants? I bought them. I know they were very tight, and the marks that he had, where are they coming from?
In a statement, the Gauteng Education Department has expressed disappointment at the lack of immediate communication by the two schools following the fatal drowning of the two pupils. On Wednesday, 13-year-old Panyaza went missing while on a school camp in the northwest. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the drowning and have opened an inquest docket. Komane, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Well, Mahlako joins us now live from Eldorado Park, I think. Mahlako, a very good morning to you. Not a very good week for the start of school.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Desiree, and to the listeners at home. And quite correct, not the best way to start the academic year for education in Gauteng. Very sad news indeed. What happened at Parktown Boys, the Mpianzi family as well, and as well as the Seboko family. You understand that, in fact, both incidents happened on the 15th of January. We'll remember that this is the first day of school. This is when the academic year commenced. So for these parents, very, very, very devastating indeed.
Where you are at the moment, how has the family been after the ordeal?
Yes, we are at the Seboko family home, and MEC Lesufi has just arrived, as we had indicated earlier that he was going to be visiting the family, and indeed he is here for that visit. The family are very angry. We spoke to the mother yesterday, saying that more than anything, I think the emotion that she feels the strongest right now is that of anger, considering that as far as she's concerned, her son could swim. This to her, he was a capable swimmer. He's been swimming from roughly the age of 5 years old. He also related another story that when they went to the school, Laerskool Becker in Johannesburg, Keamohetswe had asked in his interview with the school that is there bullying at the school. The parents saying that she really feels that there was foul play here, that it's not things are not what they seem. So we'll definitely have to wait and hear the pronouncement by the MEC. We remember that in the Panyaza case there is going to be an investigation and independent investigations as things stand right now. We still also don't have the full answers there, except for the press release perhaps that the school had released. Even then, that press release does not have any form of, it does not detail exactly what happened. It does not give a thorough explanation on what happened, except that they're saying that they won't be commenting further on the incident that happened there in Brits. But also in Magaliesburg, the mother also, I just must add this, that she had also indicated that she didn't even like the way the news was broken to her. I think she was driving, and I think it was the school principal that she had said that had called her and just said, I'm looking for the parents or the parents of Keamohetswe, and the mother said, affirmed that yes, it is me. She said, oh, your son has drowned and he's passed away, saying that it was quite insensitive. And up until yesterday, the school had not visited the family. We're not sure if they've made their way here to try and give some sort of explanation to these parents as to what exactly happened to their son at the hostel swimming pool.
How is the department responding to these incidents and the possibility that more could come up, as it seems one is coming up one after the other?
Yes, Lesufi is in here. He is going to hopefully make some pronouncement as to the way forward. We know that obviously with the Parktown story, it was at an orientation camp. Him having said that, at the top of his mind, he really wanted to put a blanket suspension across the province on these orientation camps or these camps, but also saying that there was a need to the activity plans of these camps, because right now as things stand, he's responsible for approving international trips. The HOD is responsible for approving interprovincial trips, and the district would then approve a trip that is within the province. But he also said that he feels that one area that lacks is the activity. How do we best make sure that the activities there are safe? But obviously the issue that really also came up there quite strongly was the issue of safety in these activities. We still haven't answered whether or not these children were wearing life jackets, but we will obviously be with the Panyaza family later on in the afternoon, and they will give us what they were told by the SGB, as well as the school yesterday had visited them. But also here with the Seboko family, Keamohetswe's mother just saying that she was quite concerned that there was a caretaker. She was told that it was a caretaker that was there at the swimming pool when about, I think, 30 kids or so, that were 30, 60 kids that were in the pool. She's not sure why it's a caretaker in charge of children. Does the caretaker, can the caretaker swim? Is the caretaker a certified lifeguard? Does the caretaker perhaps know CPR? And saying that it was quite peculiar and irresponsible perhaps to not have any form of not necessarily adult supervision, but some sort of qualified person with water. We know that water can be quite dangerous, and considering that these were primary school children.
In your previous packages, you spoke about the Department of Education ensuring learners that there will be counselling starting from tomorrow. Do we know how this is going to be rolled out?
The counselling that has happened, I think at the large school, Baker, counselling was said to have taken place. Normally what the department would normally do, it would be on an ongoing basis. We spoke to the Teddy Bear Clinic on Friday, and they say to us that people react differently. Trauma takes a different form, and obviously so the counselling would need to be on a regular basis up until they feel that everybody is okay. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out on that, just finding out what other trauma counselling will these children be receiving, how exactly will it be rolled out, considering that it really is the beginning of the academic year. We don't, the department and obviously schools themselves don't want this to affect the learning of fellow learners, especially those that were present. You had a classmate today, the next day the classmate isn't there. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out on that.
We know you were with the Seboko family yesterday, but for today's meeting, Do you know what we can expect the content of the conversation or with the Minister Lesufi to be?
Yes, I think MEC Lesufi, as I said, that we are expecting him to make some sort of pronouncement on the way forward. Are they going to be suspending activities, water-related activities at schools? Will they be putting in safety measures? Because it is quite interesting to find out, how many of these drownings have happened over the past couple of months within the province. We obviously so far only know of these two in 2020 specifically, but in fact, what are the department's plans? We're hoping to quiz him on those questions, but I think also most importantly, I think from him we'll be able to find out, will they also be launching an independent investigation into the as to exactly what happened, as we said, that the mother just not convinced of the story that she's being told, not understanding how does my child that has been swimming since the age of 5 years now drown in a pool and nobody has seen anything, because we also understand that it was the younger sister who also goes to the cousin sister who goes to the same school that noticed the underwear that was floating on the pool, that said these, I think, went to alert a teacher and said, no, these are my brother's swimming trunks. It was then that the child was then looked for in the water, and that's how they discovered the body of young Keamohetswe Seboko.
Quite harrowing stories. Thank you so much for bringing us up to speed in relation to these two stories. Matlako Koman.